taxonomy, and classifications. So question, why do scientists bakit nga ba kailangan i-classify ang living organisms? Why do we need to classify living organisms? Sir Ian Salak?
I think we need to classify the living organisms because we are living in the diverse
Oh,
world. Sorry. Thank you.
thank you, Sir Ian. Another answer po, Ma'am Olga? Why do we need? Why there's a need to classify living organisms?
Like what Sir Ian said, diverse tayo, no? There are a lot of specific organisms. So to identify each, we need to classify them.
Okay, very good answer, Ma'am Olga. So ito po, reason why do we need to classify living organisms, because biologists want to better understand the organism so they can organize them. Okay, so one tool that they use to do this is classification. What is the definition of classification? It is the grouping of objects or information based on their similarities. So, taxonomy is the branch of biology that groups and names organisms based on their studies of their different characteristics. And those biologists who study taxonomy are called taxonomists. So, how living things are classified? In any classification system, items are categorized, making them easier to find and discuss. Although biologists group organisms, they subdivide the groups on the basis of more specific criteria. A group of organisms is called the taxon. Pag plural po, it is called taxa. And organisms are ranked in taxa that range from having a very broad characteristics to very specific ones. The broader a taxon, the more general its characteristics and the more species it contains. So here is the taxonomic hierarchy. Ano nga ba yung taxonomic hierarchy? It refers to the sequence of categories in increasing or in decreasing order. It is also the process of arranging various organisms into successive levels of biological classification. So each one of the level of the hierarchy is called taxonomic category or rank. Okay, nakikita niyo po ba yung highlighted letters? Yung first one is kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, specific epithet, or species. Okay. So, yan po yung level of taxonomic hierarchy. The first one is, in this system of classification, kingdom is always the highest. Okay? And then, followed by the phylum or division. Next would be the class, then the order, and then after that is the family. And then next is the genus, and the last would be the specific epithet or the species. Para po para po mas madaling makabisado tong taxonomic hierarchy, meron tayong mnemonic. Kings play cards on fine green sofas. So, yan po yung pagkakasunod. Yung first letter po, yan po yung pagkakasunod no hierarchy. Okay, so explain ko lang po, what is this hierarchy? So first is the kingdom. It is the highest level of classification, which is subdivided into subgroups and various levels. There are 6 kingdoms in which the living organisms are classified. The first one would be the archaebacteria, the eubacteria, the protista, the fungi, the plantae, and the animalia. Nakakasunod po ba? Pwede po kayong mag-yes or no.
Opo.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes
Ate.
po.
Apo, ma'am.
Sorry po, medyo technical tong dinedemo ko, sorry po. Next po is the phylum or the division. Okay? The next level classification, it is more specific than kingdom. There are 35 phyla in kingdom Animalia. Example is Porifera, Chordata, and Arthropods. Yung pong mga subdivision and masyado pong madami. Hindi ko na po kayang i-discuss. Okay? Next po, the third one would be the class. Okay? The most general rank in the hierarchy. Next is the order. It is more specific rank than the class. And then the family. This level includes various um, genera that share a few similarities. The genus, a group of similar species, and the specific epithet or a species is the lowest level of taxonomic hierarchy. It refers to a group of organisms that are similar in shape, form, reproductive features. Ito po ang example ng taxonomic hierarchy. Okay? Example ko po is humans. Ma'am Donna, saan ba kingdom ang humans? Nandiyan pa ba si Ma'am Donna? Ma'am Olga?
Animalia, ma'am. Animalia, ma'am.
Okay, kingdom Animalia. So, ang phylum ng humans is Chordata, the class is Mammalia, the order is Primates, the family is under Hominidae, the genus Homo, and the specific epithet or the species is the sapiens. The scientific name of humans is Homo sapiens. Okay? Example lang po yan ng taxonomic hierarchy. So, kasi po masyadong madami, malawak po ang taxonomy. So, ito lang po yung, para mas lalo niyo po maintindihan, ito po yung example ko, as humans. Yan po. Because of taxonomy, there is indeed a evidence that there is evolution in living organisms. So what are the six kingdom system? Ito po yung, di ba sabi ko kanina, that kingdom is the highest rank of the hierarchy. So there are six kingdom system. So kingdom Archaebacteria. Okay, ano po ba yun? Ano bang characteristic niya? Ano ba yung pinagkaiba niya sa other kingdom? Okay, so it is unicellular and prokaryote organism. What do you mean by unicellular and prokaryote organism? Ma'am Raquel, kung may natatandaan ka pa sa biology nung college kayo, ano natatandaan mo sa unicellular?
Hello po.
Ma'am Rax?
Ano po yung cellular?
Sir Ian Salak? What is unicellular and what is prokaryote?
As the name suggests, unicellular, those organisms with single cell.
Okay, tama po. Single-celled organism. And the prokaryote? Ma'am Donna Bell, what is prokaryote?
Pasensya na kanina na, biglang naka-CR ako, narinig ko yung boses ko. Ano yung pangalan ko? Okay, ang prokaryotic cells are, nakase?
Cells that
Okay.
are
With nuclear membrane?
Okay, Ma'am Olga, can you help Ma'am Donna? What is prokaryotes? Para po
prokaryote are unicellular.
Yeah, unicellular organisms that are not that isn't the genetic material of prokaryote is it stored within a membrane-bound nucleus. Ibig sabihin po, wala po silang true
Wala siyang nuclear
nucleus. Okay. So, yan po, ang Archaebacteria, hindi po sila, they don't have true nucleus. They are unicellular, single-celled organism. They are either autotrophs or heterotrophs. So pag sinabi pong autotrophs, they produce their own nutrients and energy. And yung heterotrophs po, they are consumers, kumbaga. They are dependent to other complex organism na pinoproduce ng other organism. Okay. Ano ba yung characteristics niya? Cell walls made of peptidoglycan. They reproduces by binary fission and lives in harsh environments such as salty lakes, hot springs, in anaerobic environments. Next po is the kingdom Eubacteria. Again, they are unicellular, ibig sabihin po, single cell, and prokaryote. They don't have true cells, or true nucleus. They also are autotrophs and heterotrophs. The cell walls are made, again, of peptidoglycan and reproduces by binary fission. Example of this includes common bacteria to decay, yogurt production, and food poisoning. Next, the third one would be the kingdom Protista. Okay, unicellular or multicellular. Okay, pag multicellular, ano po bang ibig sabihin? They are organisms na more than one ang cells po nila. Eukaryotic, ibig sabihin, meron silang true nucleus. The cell walls are made of varying materials. They are either autotrophs or heterotrophs. So ang protista po, it's about 50,000 species and reproduces asexually. Ano po bang ibig sabihin ng asexual reproduction? Hindi po does not involve the fusion of gametes or there's no change in the number of chromosomes. Okay? Examples is Eugenia and amoeba. Okay. Kingdom fungi, unicellular or multicellular. They are eukaryotic and heterotrophic. Heterotrophic, they are dependent upon complex organic substances for their nutrition. They reproduce asexually, and there are 100,000 species, including toadstools, mushrooms, puffballs, rust, or smut. Okay, the second largest kingdom is the kingdom Plantae. They are multicellular, they are eukaryotic, and they are autotrophic. Autotrophic, meaning they can produce their own nutrients and energy. They can reproduce both ways. Cell walls made of cellulose. All but a few are land dwellers, and there are 350,000 species, including mosses, ferns, carnivorous, flowering plants. And the last one would be the largest kingdom in the hierarchy is the kingdom Animalia. Of course, ang humans and other animals, dito po tayo belong. Okay? We are multicellular. Okay? Ang central dogma po kasi ng biology is all living organisms are made up of cells. So, humans are multicellular. Hindi lang po isang cell natin, madami. So, we are eukaryotic, okay? Heterotrophic, ibig sabihin po, consumers tayo. We depend on other organisms to give us food and energy. There are no cell walls. We reproduce sexually by meiosis. And all animals have some type of symmetry. To sum it up, may question po ako. So, based po dun sa mga diniscuss ko, what are the importance of taxonomy in science? Sir June. Sir June. Sir Arnel Bistro.
Yes, Madam.
Ayun.
Smith.
What are the importance of taxonomy?
Okay, by learning taxonomy, that means to say that we actually we're able to gather learnings and concern about classification, especially of different organisms, systematically.
Okay, systematically. Okay po. Thank you, Sir June.
Welcome, ma'am.
Sir Ian, Carlo, what is the
Yes,
importance?
ma'am.
What are the importance of taxonomy in science?
Copy-paste, pwede.
Pwede
Ang
po.
tama po yung sinabi ni Sir June.
Mm-mm.
By classifying them, we can anong tawag din? Nagiging systematic po.
Okay, thank you po, Sir Ian.
So,
So, okay po, to sum it up, taxonomy entails the description, naming, and classification of living things. It is important for us to know taxonomy kasi para maging organized yung living organisms na nakatira dito. Sabi nga ni Sir Ian Sala kanina, napaka-diverse ng ating mundo. Okay po. Next, it helps us categorize organisms so we can more easily communicate biological information. Okay.